Hey, Lauren. Hey, Josh. Thank you so much for making yourselves available.
Hi.
Hello.
Departure from what I normally do, but then I'm always departing from what I normally do because life is so exciting and interesting. So, Lauren, do you want to introduce yourself very briefly? Then I'll ask Josh.
Yep. My name is Lauren. I'm from iCrypto YouTube channel, and I look at birth charts of mundane astrology for the crypto market and personal astrology.
Yep.
Yep.
And mundane astrology is like looking at global events and
Yeah,
stuff. Right?
geopolitical
You also do
politics.
personal readings as well?
Yes, I do. Yep,
Yeah.
I do. I have a link. It's a free 15-minute session, and then we just go from there for what you want to do.
Great. And I'll have the links in the description below. And I do recommend people check her out because she's been rather spot on.
She's onto something.
Yeah, it's not like 100. It's not 100% track record, but it's reliable enough to guide yourself by, I think. Okay, and Josh.
Hello, Rich, and hello, iCrypto. I am Josh, obviously. I'm the CTO lead at Kendu. So Kendu has a very, very interesting history. Like it should be dead 6 times over, but it's not because of this crazy, relentless community and this very unique approach that we have. So Kendu is currently building a permissionless brand in which everyone kind of spreads in every direction all of the time. So yeah, that's me and that's Kendu.
Yes, great. Thank you so much. And then what we're going to be doing this video is Lauren iCrypto is going to be doing an astrological analysis of the fortunes of Kendu. So if you're in Kendu, you might be like, oh my God, I got to get some more. Or you might, by the end of this, oh my God, sell everything and buy a coin. Buy a coin with a cat's face on it. Cats are better than dogs. None of this.
I hope not.
That's right. That's right. None of this is investment advice. So, you're responsible for any decisions that you make. None of this is astrological advice either, right? It's really up to you what you do. And some people are going to believe this and some people aren't. But one of the things I was saying before we started recording, Lauren, I was telling Josh how you did a video at the end of June with me and Alex Craner, where you looked at the fortunes for Keir Starmer. And what I would like you to do is to rejig the stars in the firmament so that he's gone.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yes, please.
I'll let you know when I schedule that in.
And then we get someone honorable after him. But what you said at end of June is that September was going to be a really, really bad month for him. Really bad month. And you picked out 2 dates, September the 30th and September the 10th. You didn't say he would resign. You said it's possible, but it's going to be a really bad month. And September the 30th, we don't know if there was anything publicly that happened that day that was bad for him. September the 10th was the day that the ambassador to the United States had to resign, and Keir Starmer didn't want him to resign. And Keir Starmer, turns out, guess what? He lied again.
Oh, what a surprise.
Surprise. And actually in that video, you talked about how venal Keir Starmer is.
Yeah, it shows in his chart. It just like highlights his wonderful personality and honesty.
Yes, wonderful personality and honesty. That's right. That's right. Irony by an American. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's got those prey eyes, doesn't he? Looking at him is like looking at a rabbit, but in headlights.
just the videos of him next to Keir Starmer. Sorry, President Trump, and he's just saying, "No, we have free speech in the UK."
Yeah.
Tradition. It's just word-based lies.
Oh dear.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, so that's, and also Lauren's given me a personal reading, and she's been spot on in that regard as well. So I do recommend her to go check her out. And then also, just so you know, I'm a holder of Kendu, and I hope the stars are aligned in Kendu's favor.
Me too.
I do have a preference for cats. Now, Josh, you want to tell us a little bit about Kendu, for people who want to find out about this? Because this is, by the way, this is going to go out on my channel, and it's also going to go out on Lauren's channel. And I recommend, if you really want to watch this video, watch this on Lauren's channel. She does much better editing than I do.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just on the astrology side of things, my parents were hugely into it when I was a kid. So I got
Oh,
my full birth
oh, okay.
chart done as a child, like as a baby. And some of it's pretty spot on. Yeah, I will say that.
They started you young. That was good.
Um, yeah, indeed. Very young, just out of the womb, actually. Um, so yeah, the story of Kendu, it's very, very long, so I won't go into everything that's happened because that would take,
Well, just give an overview of this crypto. What's so special about this one?
yeah, for sure. So I think the idea is entirely unique in crypto. It hasn't been done before, and we are in a market where almost everything has been done, and it's crazy saturated. And so we all appreciate, or most of us appreciate, a certain level of value that meme coins bring to the space, a certain level of energy that can't be replicated in other tokens. No one's getting tattoos of, let's say, Aave on their bodies or as some random DeFi protocol. This is something that you only find that level of passion in meme coins. And they allow human coordination to happen in a decentralized way at scale with financial incentive for everyone involved. And that's really fascinating, but it's still in the early days and we haven't still tapped the full potential. So we thought at Kendu, what can we do to really tap into that? Like how can we get the maximum out of the value of community and that passion that only exists in the meme coin space? So we had almost by chance, many of us in the community, the thought leaders in Kendu, came up with this kind of all at once. It just happened naturally. There was no like one person behind this idea, but we came up with the idea of a permissionless brand. And essentially, we have multiple community members building businesses, real brick and mortar Web2 businesses under the Kendu umbrella. And if you can imagine as an entrepreneur, you instantly get access to your first 1,000 customers or your first 1,000 beta testers, clients, and then that grows as Kendu grows. So that first 1,000 becomes your first 5,000 and 10,000. And then you have on top of that a relentless marketing machine that does not sleep, that you don't have to pay. And that is an amazing, incredible weight taken off the shoulders of an entrepreneur. And that also creates a symbiotic relationship between the holders as well. For the holders, they benefit from this tangible real world presence because the businesses are actually doing our marketing as well for us. So it's like a give and take, and it's perfect symbiosis between the two. There's not like it's not like an extractive relationship. It's one benefits the other and vice versa. So yeah, I won't go too far into it, but so far we've got a Kendu gaming studio, we've got Kendu energy drinks, we've got Kendu coffee, vending machines, an entertainment company in India. We've got so many people setting up merch stalls. We've got a hot dog stand in Florida, randomly enough. We've got Kendu animation team. We've got a board game. We've got pendants from a jeweler. We've got beer in the European Union. We've got a street team doing festivals. We've got vapes. We've got plushies. We've got organic body care products. We've got Spice, like meat rubs. We've got Unleashed, which is like extreme sports. They're sponsoring up and coming athletes. And so much more is in the works all of the time. And importantly, like this is not me saying, oh, you should start a hot dog stand in Florida, or you should start something else over here. This is all coming from the community autonomously, which is I've never seen the likes in my crypto journey and career, and it's a really, really special community, which is very, very high on altruism and very low on greed. Everyone really cares about each other, and yeah, what we're doing has not been done before. So it's a very I'm privileged to be part of this grand experiment.
Fabulous. Thank you. And the slogan is we work.
We don't gamble, we work. We
We don't
create
gamble.
our own success.
Great. Okay. All right, Lauren, you want to take it away? Tell us about
Yes.
what the stars say. And you're using mostly, Western astrology, right? Which is
Yes.
different from
Yep.
Vedic astrology.
I'm just using Western astrology in this one. I made this for Kendu, so I just wanted to show it. So I'm just gonna move our boxes really quickly. Okay, so Kendu's
It's amazing. Thank you.
no problem. I had to show it. So okay, so I was listening to what you were saying, describing Kendu and the everything that they do, and their chart really reflects pretty much everything that you said. Date of birth is when it was first publicly came out is February 21st, 2024 at 12:33 p.m. UTC, but I converted it to Australian time zone. So it was 11:33 p.m. And then location unknown, but it's confirmed that it was Australia. And I'm using a sunrise chart because when I look at coins, I put the sun on the ascendant because you're looking at the coin. So everything, all the planets and everything in the chart reflects around the coin. It's sitting at 2 degrees of Pisces. So Pisces is very inclusive. It wants to include everybody, everything, everywhere, sharing, just a sense of this community. But with the sun at 2 degrees, there's this Taurus energy that's grounding. Okay, sorry, let me back up. Pisces is water, so it's very emotional as well. It grows via people's emotions towards Kendu. Without the emotions of the people, of the investors, the users of this, of the brand and everything, the coin wouldn't be successful. And that's, obviously true for the coin itself, but it's also reflects in his birth chart. So with the 2 degrees here, it's showing, it's bringing these ideas, this information, these emotions into actual physical objects. It's like bringing, ideas and thoughts into like our world as an actual value to give to the world. The moon, let me move us, is in the 5th house in Cancer. This chart is very water heavy. It's the sun, with the sun and the ascendant in Cancer. I'm sorry, Pisces, that's a water sign. Cancer is a water sign, and the moon rules this actual sign of Cancer. So very emotional. The investors are emotionally invested into it, aside from just investing money into it. They've invested their emotions into this coin to make it grow, to be a community, to include everybody. It's at 29 degrees, and that's a degree of...
I just got to say,
Yep.
You're spot on there, because why else would somebody get a tattoo, a meme coin on an intimate part of their body,
Yep.
unless they were emotionally invested?
Yes, and the traders, I feel, are like the key and the glue that holds it all together. Obviously with coins, it's permissionless and everything, but it's really the people who are investing into this, and not so much trading the coin, but it's more the emotion of how much people value it. They're making brands, hot dog stand and everything else that they have. It's due to their creative imagination and emotions that they put into Kendu is where the value comes into it. The midhaven here is in Sagittarius. I'm not sure if it's blocked on my screen because I have a little thing here that's covering it, but it's in Sagittarius. That's expanding its philosophy. It expands. The midhaven is how the world views it, how it's leaving its mark on the world. And it's through its philosophy of this new idea that is being grounded into reality, sharing the philosophy with people. That's pretty much what it's doing. Its mark is people believing in it, using it, creating brands to in the ecosystem itself. That's how it is being spread around. That's what's leaving with people. Saturn here is in the 1st house. Now, Saturn is shows us our responsibilities, and it also shows where things will be slowed down or could be a challenge. But pretty much what it means here is that the price, this is not like a pump and dump type of coin. There's long-term value in it, but the price is not going to go from what it is now to like $1,000 tomorrow. It's going to take time, but that long-term growth is what is also going to give it stability, because again, the people here, the investors, they're driving this coin. So it's not so much about trading, it's more about investing into an ecosystem and creating something for the people, which is also Pisces. You mentioned something before when you were speaking, and I forget what it is now, but something about the coin. It had some challenges a couple of times over, and it wasn't sure how things were going to go. Neptune.
You can say that again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a couple of things that could have been why. Neptune in the first house can give some illusion sometimes, can fog a reality of what's going on. So there could have been situations that happen with Kendu, maybe in the background or even in the front of everybody, but maybe you didn't see the whole situation, and that could have caused issues to make it have these strong challenges into it. But it also gives a sense of this dreaminess, this creativity, this inspiration to people, and is very important to Kendu because Neptune rules the sign of Pisces, and so does Jupiter, but I'll come back to that. Neptune is the more modern ruler of Pisces, so the fact that it's in its own house is very significant. It's strengthening the Neptunian energies of this dreamy imagination. It's at 26 degrees. It grounds. Kendu has the ability to take ideas and bring them into reality. I want to make coffee. So, okay, I have this great idea. Now I can sell it to people. It takes people's ideas, any type of creativity people have, in whatever way it is, they can bring that idea into reality with Kendu. Moon opposite to Pluto. So there's a deep emotional investment with people. Mentally invested, emotionally invested. Moon opposite to Pluto could have caused some price challenges pretty much from when it started up into about now, and it could be starting to let up soon. Pluto went retrograde, so it went back into Capricorn, and then it came out at the 0 degrees, and now it is at, I think it's at Aquarius 1 or 2 degrees. So it's not sitting exactly opposite to Pluto, to the moon. So the coin also could have been going through a period of transformations over the past since it started. And Pluto is about getting rid of things that aren't working for Kendu any further. So whatever challenges that there were, obviously you worked through them, and Kendu became a stronger coin probably because of it. You worked out whatever issues that were happening, and because of that, now it has a stronger foundation, a stronger maybe community. Oh, and the third house here. Jupiter, like I said before, is the more classical ruler of the sign of Pisces. It's in the third house with Uranus. This has to do with the trading. Price-wise, Kendu could have the sudden, movement of price increase or even decrease out of nowhere. It could just happen. That could be information news that comes out. It could be something being launched, causing more people to want to invest in it, making the prices go up. But again, the opposite, if there's challenging transits, it could go up and then come back down as well.
Isn't that the same for all crypto?
Yes, it is. Or, and, most coins do follow Bitcoin. And coming to that idea, this coin follows Bitcoin, but not as much as other coins. Like obviously, if there's like a crash in the market, all coins are going to crash and fall to an extent. But Kendu, because of where this ascendant, midhaven, IC, and descendant is it's in different houses than Bitcoin's. Bitcoin has it in Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. So it's on its own different wavelength, we can say. Bitcoin's more of like this earthly, fiery type of energy. Kendu is more of an emotional imagination, bringing things into reality, but it's just coming at it from a totally different perspective. So it will be doing its own thing a lot of the times. Now, let me go over the second house. So the second house, now this is the value of the coin. Not so, it can be the price. But what I'm seeing here with the North Node and Chiron, North Node is a direction of it. People, Aries, individual people, again, they have this emotional value investment to it. The value of the coin is more valuable to people than the price. Because again, of this emotional investment of the people. And it's bringing something, it attracts people to it because of the value that it also gives to people. The value it has, the people will reflect the value of this coin. Chiron here is this something that it needs to overcome. And this could have also been a reason why there might have been some turmoil. Overcoming any challenges of attaining value or creating a new landscape of how people attain value with this coin. This is doing something it's never done before. It's branding, it's more than that, but it's this whole ecosystem, and it's like breaking through the old ways of doing what it does in like the old world, system to this new decentralized way. And yes, there'll be some challenges along the way, but it is working to overcome these challenges so people can create their own freedom for themselves, for the value of themselves as well. So that's what I have.
Josh, anything you want to say about what Lauren said so far?
No, I think so far it's been pretty accurate. I imagine. And yeah, you mentioned things that I hadn't mentioned, like it allowing people to realize and bring things into reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that is extremely true.
Yeah, the chart reflects that completely.
and what you said about the fogginess with I won't go into it too much, but we had a CTO, which is a community takeover. Mm-hmm. We had this very a dev who was quite shady. Ended up being quite shady.
Okay.
And we didn't see it for a long time, and then cracks started to show, and here we are. It was a lot of pain and suffering to get through that to where we are today, but it has been worth it.
just on that speaks to Neptune, the illusion of Neptune, because it looked one particular way, but behind the scenes something else was going on. Yeah. And that got exposed, and then you had a community takeover. And then bringing things into existence, Lauren, somebody's got Kendu energy drinks.
I know. I would like to try those, to be honest with you. I did look them up, and I might have to buy some.
They might send you. By the way, anybody who's got Kendu or whatever, or follow or part of the community, please follow Lauren on X and on her YouTube channel and everywhere else. Okay, and maybe go have a reading with her. And Lauren, do you take crypto as payment?
I do, yes. It's kind of embarrassing, but I do forget to tell people that. People have asked me, and I'm like, oh yes, I do. But I have forgotten to tell people that. So yes, I do accept crypto for payment.
Okay. All right, please carry on.
Okay, so looking at just the trading side of it. Now, I just want to clarify quickly, this Kendu, looking at the chart, is more than the value, again, comes from the people, and it's more valuable to people in the physical, which I think is one of the best things, because it's actually bringing something from the crypto space into people's actual physical, like they can hold it, like they can actually like relate to it. Oh, I have this coffee, I have a hot dog, whatever it is, I have a tattoo. It's relatable to people. Like it speaks to people. So again, I said slow and steady for trading. And again, this is just looking at the trading side of it. Slow and steady, not a pump and dump, because this Saturn here. But I feel that this will give it the long-term stability so it can grow and prosper. You know, when you have coins that just pump and dump it, they come and they go and then that's it. But this has the long-term stability, reliability to it that people can depend on. So communication and spreading the message of Kendu will also trigger growth, which is, you know, that's obviously obvious. Trading and investing will likely give unexpected gains at different points in different ways. People might, and I feel like people trade it, but I feel like people buy it and invest into it more than, you know, just trading it and buying it and selling it. Obviously people do that because the price is moving, but I feel a majority of the investors buy it and hold on to it.
Hold on to your Kendu.
Yes. Like I said, it can gain quickly as well as fall quickly. And that's not going to be all the time. That's just at different volatile points in the market. The moon right here in the 5th house. And again, that speaks to entertainments, creativeness. But the full moon, the new moon, the eclipses especially also will directly influence the price, the trader's emotions towards the price, towards the trading. But around the full moons and new moons and eclipses, I guess I would say if you're looking to invest, look around those time periods for your buying and everything, selling with this coin, because the moon, the energy of the moon is directly influencing it because it represents the people, the investors, but just the moon's energy is a huge influence on Kendu. News announcements. Oh, I'm sorry, one other thing. If Kendu is going to make announcements or change or not rebrand, but just, I don't know, launch something new, doing it around the new moons or full moons, depending on what you're doing, is probably the best ideal times to do these things. Like, you know, if you're like coming out with a new wine or something around the new moon, you're launching it, would be a really good time to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just that's something for you and all the Kendu
Yep,
community to bear in mind, right? So we just had a new moon on the 21st, and the full moon would have been 14 days before that.
Right.
So that's the 7th of October. So every 2 weeks, that's the opportunity.
Get involved.
Interesting. So a new moon happens every 2 weeks.
30
New moon
days.
is every 28 days.
28 days. Excuse me.
Okay, 28 days.
And so is the full moon. So, but every 2 weeks, there's these major lunar events.
Okay.
Yep.
Noted.
Yep. Oh, and I just said this before, majority of investors, I feel, I don't have confirmation on this, I feel they invest because of the deeper meaning behind this project, not just for the pricing. Now, I did look up
this project, Lauren, just before you move on, has accomplished something that I suppose all companies want. Good companies don't want customers, or good companies have customers. Great companies have fans. Oh. And Kendu has fans.
Okay.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That reminds me of something you said before, Josh, and I wish I remember something about the communication of it, about the coin, and I forget what it was. But it just reminded me something of the 3rd house. I mean, again, that goes into the communication, really spreading the message, not having to take out ads or promote like the old ways of promoting. I'm not really sure how that's going to go.
So it's a fully decentralized project. And the project doesn't spend any money on promoting itself. Okay. Instead, the token holders, as fans, they go around tattooing themselves, having hot dogs with Kendu hot dogs, hot Kendus, whatever it is, right? Kendu energy drinks. That's how they spread the word.
Anyone is free to market Kendu in whatever way they choose to, or tie
Okay.
it into their business or products. I mean,
Okay.
they can pay for marketing. That's not outlawed or anything, but all
Mm-hmm.
of that will come from not a centralized team, but rather a voluntary contributions towards growing the brand.
Yep. So
Okay.
you using the Kendu logo like you did at the beginning on this slideshow.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Fine with
Yeah,
Kendu.
thank you for
I'm not going to sue you for
that.
copyright violation. They're going to go ahead, knock yourself out. Lauren I Crypto, the Kendu
Yeah.
astrologer.
Hey, it's got a ring to it.
There we go. I like cats as well. I like all animals, but I like cats as well. Um,
I want to say that here. Okay.
so,
I'm a cat person myself,
okay.
I admit.
Um, one thing I did right, and I know when I go back and look at for editing, I'll know exactly what you said that's going to tie this into it. But something I wrote down what is about it was it's a beautiful disruption of old systems and innovation that harmonizes through the creative outlets. Like I feel like that kind of sums up the coin a lot in a big way. That is related to Jupiter and Uranus in the third house, teaching, sharing this with people and having it spread in just this new, such a new and different way that the more people understand it, the more they will become attached and fans of it through its messages. It's great, actually. And with Jupiter and Uranus in the third house, just trading wise, this is also signifying that there is strength in the prices. Again, it's long term. It's not a pump and dump. It's not going to go quickly, but there is this ability for the coin to, for the value of it to multiply, grow exponentially.
Over time.
Over time, yes. Over time is the key word there because of that Saturn. So currently, I'll pull this page up in a second, but October 20th, it's the 23rd or the 24th today.
We're recording this on October the 23rd.
Okay. So the coin right now is currently under some challenging transits. Saturn conjunct natal Neptune. That's in the first house. Saturn limits, it restricts, it pushes things down. Saturn is retrograde at this time. So Kendu is under the October 20th energies. Saturn is conjunct Neptune, or Saturn and Neptune transiting in the sky are next to Kendu's Neptune. Saturn, I don't know if I said this before, but it limits, it restricts. This is transiting Saturn, the one that's moving in the sky right now, next to its natal Neptune. So chart-wise, price-wise, it is restricting, giving this illusion to it, or creating this foggy noise. It's giving a challenge to trading, to the prices. When Saturn and Neptune move into Aries, that's February 26th, February 20th, 2026. That is going to be very, very strong for Kendu. It'll be in the second house and it'll be leaving the first house. It's like lifting up this pressure that Kendu is feeling on itself. It started in 2024, and that's when obviously Saturn was in Pisces. So it hasn't experienced this lifting of this pressure off of it yet, off of the first house. So I feel that February or even the beginning of the year of 2026 is going to be like, I don't know, just like this pressure is being lifted off the prices. Just like a relief to the trading charts. When Saturn goes direct, which is in November, I don't want to change my page because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to it, but in November, when Saturn moves direct, Kendu prices trading wise will also start to feel a relief. It's retrograde right now. Yes, I'm sorry, it's retrograde right now. So it's like going over some challenges. Now I'm thinking of the trading charts right now. So it's like it's going over some price patterns, restricted from moving up any further, from growth. moving backwards to a point in time of the charts. But when it goes direct, you'll also feel this release of pressure on the prices itself. And with Neptune also next to it, again, it's like this fogginess and it could be like this unclear messages to people, to actual just people, like people maybe not being aware of it, not fully noticing it yet. When it goes into the second house, it could put more of a spotlight onto people's values for the coin, buying it, but also growing the ecosystem, fine-tuning its finances, but fine-tuning its values that it brings to people and that people share with other people. In November 21st, 2025, this year that we're in right now, I'm just going to change the date right here. This has potential for a price rise, a price surge. So what's going on in the general transits, meaning the planets that are moving in the sky right now, are on the outside here, is Uranus will be in a sextile to Neptune. In itself is something that's really positive. I've talked about this in previous videos before, and it could cause like a growth before a crash. It could be a signal of a crash. But for Kendu itself, this could be very beneficial for it. Now, if the whole entire market goes down, most likely Kendu will also, the price of it, will decline as well, most likely. But the sun, Mercury, and the moon will be at the top of the chart here. Planets in its 10th house, except for Saturn, lift the price. It gives it like this sudden spotlight onto the coin. So this could, like I said, November 21st, around that time. I don't know when the new moon is, I believe on the 19th of that month. So again, that new moon could be from when the price starts to get this bump up in itself. Like I said, a price surge, like the price just starts to move like out of nowhere. One thing though that I want to say about that is that Uranus will be at the bottom of the chart. Uranus is retrograde. It's in 29 degrees of Taurus. This could cause a radical, unexpected turn of events for Kendu. It could be just, I feel like this is more like this unexpected price movement. Now, again, I'm saying it's positive for Kendu, but whatever happens in the general markets could affect this. And if that is the case, this could be like the price starts going up, then there's like the sudden change in the markets that's affecting it. Might not necessarily be because of Kendu, because the investors could be really emotionally feeling it, being really, for it and really like rallying around it. But what's going on in the outside world could be a direct influence also of Kendu. So 20th, the 18th, the 19th, it's the point and period to watch for Kendu for the prices. But overall, I feel that this coin is, whenever it was launched, whoever decided to launch it, when they launched it, it was like the perfect time, because it really reflects what the ecosystem is and the investors and how everything works. I feel like it really, not meant to be, I guess was, written in the stars, that it's just, it's meant to do, it's meant to bring change and just be this new, something for people to use as a freedom for their finances, of their values, but just this new ecosystem that's really revolutionizing how people, brand and do what they do with Kendu. So I think it's a perfect chart for it. And I see good things for it. Long-term growth.
Thank you. Thank you. Josh, anything you want to say, add, ask?
I'm just wiping the sweat off my brow.
Good fortune written in the stars for this one.
That sounds good.
Yeah, now this looks good. Like I said, I stress the long-term growth price-wise, especially, is because of that Saturn. So I would say, if you're looking for a coin to get rich off quick with, that's just investing into it. That's not going to be the case. Maybe making a product and selling it that way, you could have that opportunity, but not trading it on the crypto market will you likely get that. It's more of a long-term stable value over time.
Well, what define long term?
It could be when, I would say, it's going to take a few years to get this started. Saturn moves through a house every 2.5 years. It changes signs. So when it goes into the second house here, this pressure and relief will be felt from the first house. Maybe more eyes, more visibility of the coin. I would say like 3 to 4 years out. And I say that because the second house is the value, and it could be revaluing, reshaping something with people's values that will cause the prices to rise and have this volatility in it. Teaching some sort of responsibility about what people are doing, how they're doing, how they're selling and getting Kendu out to people. This could be like a personal thing for people who are using Kendu as, for their brand. But when it gets to the third house here, I feel that the values will be refined, and it's like, okay, it's in Taurus now. Let's go. Let's get this out there to people. So I say 2.5, 3 years. That it could happen overnight, or it could have, excuse me, let me rephrase that. It could happen sooner than expected. But when Saturn comes next to this Chiron, that'll be a period of challenges price growth wise. But once it leaves that, and once Saturn is away from this, even the North Node, it's like, okay, we're ready to go, like full steam ahead. Let's go. We got over these challenges that were trying to take us down, or, we learned our lessons from whatever we had to learn through navigating through all of this. And now let's go. Let's change the world. Let's change how we do these things and get this out with our communication to people in a responsible type of way.
Lauren, let me give my take on that in response to that, because I'm also conscious of the time, which is so patience pays in the crypto space.
Oh,
The people that held on to Bitcoin from 2009, oh my gosh, they're sitting very pretty. Even if they just bought one for a penny, that's not bad. Yeah. But I've been following crypto actively since 2016. And then seeing what happens with the 4-year cycles. Just about everything is affected by the 4-year cycles. But if I think of altcoins, Ripple, for example, there was a time where for a whole period, Ripple was less than a penny. And then in the next 4-year cycle, it moves up and is trading in a different range. Or another altcoin, moves up every 4 years, they move up into another trading range. And what I can see with Kendu is that this cryptocurrency is building a long-term base, a strong, solid foundation. Well, the stronger the foundation, then the bigger the building is that you can build on it. It just takes time. That's my read on it, and I'm not an astrologer.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. And one other thing about the time-wise here, with Uranus, after it's done going retrograde, it'll be in Gemini. I don't know the exact date next year, but it'll be fully there for, I think it's 14 years. I could be incorrect. It's a long period of time. And that will also really shift the foundation of the coin. And that could also be really getting it out there, making it move, making things happen to the foundation, which is key, like you said, to Kendu, the foundation of it, that it's strong, it's firm, it's good, and then it goes.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. All right. Josh, anything else?
No, I think that, well, to me, the price of Kendu compared to everything that we've got going on is quite low at the moment. And I hope that you know, when you say long-term growth leading to those parabolas, you're talking billions and billions and billions, because that's where I think Kendu will go. But I think in the shorter term, I believe that we'll see some positive price action. Hopefully, you know, and just achieve like slightly higher floors, getting Kendu back to where it ideally should be, in my opinion. Which for this market might be, you know, 100 mil or slightly above that. And that might yeah, that might seem completely alien or impossible, but you know, these things can happen very fast in crypto,
Oh, yes, it
I've
can.
found.
Yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. Lauren, Josh, thank you so much. Thank you to the Kendu community. Please go and show some love to Lauren on X, on YouTube, and check her out. And if you're interested, go take a look at Astrology, have a reading with her perhaps, because one of the things, I think just about everybody who's watching these videos into crypto, you are willing to be open-minded enough to consider that a digital asset thing like Bitcoin could have value. And then that led you into Kendu and who knows what else, right? So I do invite you to be open-minded with regards to astrology and at least look into it. This is Crypto Rich and Lauren I Crypto Kendu and Josh CTO Kendu signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys.